Hello world, IkiFoo here, and we're taking a quick gander at Bitstream. Now there's about a dozen games called Bitstream, so I hope you clicked on the right video, made by Nathan Hamley of Clicknpoint Games. A little on the nose, but as a company name it does the job. And he made this in AGS, which is obvious by the complete and utter lack of pointing and clicking, although technically it does text parsers too. It's a surprisingly versatile little engine, used for anything up to a Prince of Persia come stealth game such as Yassi Crowshaw's The Art of Theft. Anyway, tangent over. Bitstream was made in 1 month for the August 2015 MAGS competition. It shows, of course, length is not this game's largest factor, but then again neither is price. It's free. We start up with some words to set the atmosphere. Now, the download page for this game has the following blurb. Hack your way through complex folder structures in an attempt to bring down a mysterious organisation set in a hostile world where the vast majority of its inhabitants are completely reliant on respiratory breathing aids. The game itself manages to convey all that with just the definitions of 4 single words, which is pretty impressive. Helps that it reminds me of Blade Runner, that's rarely a bad thing. Almost a shame I saw the blurb first, but they had to reel me in somehow. And here's some more words that I found relevant to the game. Cyberpunk, hacking, retro. Once you pass the initial login, which presents itself as a bootloader, you get a file system to navigate. Anyone who appreciated the 70s aesthetic of Alien Isolation's computers will feel quite at home here. I, for one, love it. God knows how you pull off that CRT bubble effect in AGS, but hats off there. Also, how bad is this future scenario that we're using 8-bit looking bootloaders? You progress by looking through the file system for text files to read and encrypted files that open up decryption minigames. As best I can tell, there's only 2 of these. Made in a month, remember? And it has you entering grid references to solve the puzzle, which keeps the immersion going rather nicely. Better than that, there's a way to solve the puzzle, and there's a fast way to solve the puzzle. That old quick to learn, easy to master type of thing. While you're doing all this, you have an oxygen meter ticking down and your heart rate is displayed, so there's a tension of a time limit too. It's a bit like telling you, bad has happened, you scare now, but it actually works. The way you interact with the game is what made this such a compelling experience for me. Much the same as Uplink, the game presents itself as if you were really hacking into a computer. No main menu, not even any clues that you're playing a game past the title screens and credits. As if this is how it would look if it were really your own computer running this software. Speaking of Uplink, I remember getting really excited about the prospect of playing DEF CON on a laptop. I don't know why, it seemed like how it should be played. At least if you don't have an underground nuclear bunker handy. Anyway, it's not just the retro look that this should be known for, it's the creepy atmosphere that's created through the sound design. Heavy breathing, respirators, hard drive noises, fans. Weirdly, music kicks in for the puzzle minigames and I barely noticed it when it did. I'm going to attribute that to being sucked in by the game. I really like this. The puzzle gameplay, the look, the interface, the feeling of sheer dread you get from it, the fact that it's all keyboard controlled, right up my alley. I'd love to see it expanded into a longer experience, but honestly, I don't know how. I'm not entirely sure I've seen all there is to see in the game, but I've hit a wall in terms of exploration. Extending it with more text files and puzzles could get tiresome quickly without some good variety. Even then, it could look like pointless padding. You need something else, a longer storyline for example, or maybe multiple interweaving storylines. As long as you don't lose that feeling of exploring a file system rather than just walking between checkpoints. On the other hand, I suppose we could simply enjoy it for what it is. A short but compelling experience for fans of hacking and keyboards. And, certainly in my case, hope that it gets built upon. I'd love to see more.